أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now, we are looking at al-masdar wal-mushtaq wal-jamid. Al-masdar wal-mushtaq wal-jamid. So we want to look at the meaning of all these terms. The meaning of all these terms, because actually in this class we are not going to dwell into it, but just want us to be familiar with all with these three terms, because later on we are still going to look at al-masdar on its own. Al-masdar on its own. We are still going to be looking at al-mushtaqat. Al-mushtaqat also, we are still going to be looking at that. And we will still just and we will get ourselves familiar with what with al-jamid. Al-jamid. So there are basic things, basic terms we have to know in this science of morphology. So let's see how it goes. Firstly, al-masdar. Al-masdar. What do we mean by al-masdar? So هو لفظ يدل على حدث غير مقترن بزمن. هو لفظ is a word, is an utterance يدل على حدث, that is referring, يدل, that is referring على حدث, to an happening, that is to an event. Is a word referring to an event غير مقترن بزمن, but the event غير مقترن بزمن, the event that is not related, غير مقترن, that is not what, that is not related بزمن, with zaman, with time, is actually referring to an event, but the event is not in relation to time. That is, we cannot derive from the event the time it happened, the time it occurs, whether it's in the past or in the present or in the future or in the future. All what we know that is an event. So the word which we use to depict an event which is not related to time is called what? Is called al-masdar. Al-masdar. So, and we said for that وهو أصل المشتقات كلها. And this masdar that we are talking about is the aslu, is the source, of what? Al-mushtaqat. All al-mushtaqat kulliha is the source of all the derivatives, is the source of all the derived. Anything that is derivable that you can get from another thing, uh, is what? Is mushtaqat. Then the aslu, the source, that is the origin of these mushtaqat, of these derivatives, the aslu, the source of them, their source is what? Their source is what? Their source is al-masdar. That's why we said huwa aslul mushtaqat, is the source of all derivatives. Aslul mushtaqat kulliha, all derivatives. So let's see the now we have ilman. Ilman. This is a masdar. This is a masdar. So in surf, we are talking about masdar. We are conjugating our verb alima ya'lamu ilman. That ilman there is the masdar, and that ilman there in morphology we always give it fatha. We always give it what? Fathatan. Ilman. That is, when we are conjugating, we are putting it in a table. We are we getting? So we give it what? Fathatan. Alima ya'lamu ilman. Fahima yafhamu fahman. It always takes fathatan. That doesn't mean the name, the masdar cannot take cannot take kasra, cannot take dhamma. It takes fatha, it takes dhamma, and it takes what? It takes kasra, depending on its what on the place, on the position, on the situation the word is in the sentence. If the word is in the fa'il case, the masdar will take dhamma. If the word is in maf'ul bihi case, it will take fatha. And in the word, if the word is in the majrur case, it will take kasra. It takes all the harakat except sukun. Except what? Except sukun, because al masdar is one of what is part of ismu. Al masdar, when we are saying when we are talking about al masdar is ismu, is a name, is a noun rather, is a noun, is not a verb. And nouns doesn't take sukun in Arabic. At the end of any noun, you will never see sukun there. At the end of any noun, you can only see fatha, kesra, dhamma at their end. So al-muhim is that ilman, when we are putting it in the table, we are conjugating from madi to mudari, from mudari to masdar, from masdar to ism fa'il and things like that. But the masdar, when we are conjugating in morphology, the masdar is always meant to take what? Fathatan. Fahima yafahamu fahaman. Can fahaman is taking what? Fathatan. Alima ya'lamu ilman. Daraba yadribu darban. Jalasa yajlisu julusan. Darasa yadrusu darsan. Fariha yafrahu farahan. I hope you get that. So that is one of the things you have to take note of in this topic. It's very, very important. If you are conjugating a verb, when you get to the masdar, you give the masdar what? Fathatan. So this is the masdar ilman. That doesn't mean you will not see ilmun in another place with dumatan. That doesn't mean you will not see ilmin in another place with kesratan. Depending on the situation the masdar is in the sentence. But if you are conjugating, you do what? You give it fathatan like this element I said. So, and what's the meaning of that element? The element means what? It means knowledge. It means what? It means knowledge. So knowledge is a masdar, is the source, is the origin through which other words are derived. Is the origin through which other words are what are derived. If you asked that ma huwa al aslu, or you are asked ma huwa aslu al mushtaqat, what I'm expecting you to say is what is huwa al masdar. Is masdar, because masdar is what is the aslu mushtaqat, is the source of all the derivatives, of all the derived. Anything that is derived, the source is what is masdar. So ilman, knowledge. From this knowledge, you can now derive that he knew in the past, he knows presently. No, ilam, no, the imperative. That's going to happen in the future tense. So from this masdar, we can derive a lot of things, a lot of words. So the masdar is what? The masdar is the aslu al-mushtaqat, is the source of all the derivatives. So example is ilman, knowledge. We also have nasron. Nasron, assistant. Assistant. So this one is also what? Is also a source. It's from this source you will now be segregating it or segmenting it, that this one is for the present, like Nasron. You know Nasron is assistant, right? So if you now say he assisted, you now say Nasoro. He is assisting Yensuru. But for this class, we are talking about masdar. So you have to know that this nasron, this masdar, is the aslu, is the source through which other words are derived. So, and we have laiban, play. So laiban, from laiban you can now get other words like such as he played football. He is playing football. Player, The played, what you are playing, whether it's ball you are playing or basketball or anything. Sorry, lying back doesn't have it doesn't have maf'ul bihi, so you cannot see maf'ul bihi for it. You can only see find like the player. So you can get any words, a lot of words from this musdar, because the musdar is what is the source, which is not derived from any word. The musdar is not derived from what, from any word. It's on its own, and you can derive a lot of words from it. So that is that's on al masdar. So let's look at al mushtaq. Al mushtaq. So al mushtaq huwa al-ismu alladhi ukhiza min ghayrihi. I've explained al mushtaqat before. So from this al mushtaqat I've explained before, you can be able to get al mushtaq. Al mushtaqat is the mufrad, and the jamu al mushtaq rather. Al mushtaq is the mufrad, and the jamu, the plural, is what is al mushtaqat. The plural is al mushtaqat. So al mushtaq is what is the derived. So huwa al-ismu alladhi ukhiza min ghairi is the name that is what, that is the ukhiza, that is taken, that is derived, that is gotten min ghairihi, from another word. Is the word gotten from another word. So let's see the example. We have alimun, alimun, a knowledgeable person, a knowledgeable person. So this alim now is one of the mushtaqat, is one of the derivatives, is one of the word derived from what, from alima. So this one is derived from masdar, which is what, which is ilman. Actually, this alim is this mufa'il, which we are still going to look we are still going to talk about it later. So but you should know, is this mufa'il, the doer of the action, the person that knows the knowledge, is called alim, the knowledgeable person. So this knowledgeable person, this alim, is gotten from what, from the source, the origin, the aslul mustaqat, which is what, which is ilman. And this alim is a what, is a derived word, is a derived word. So that is one, that is that. We have another word, we have mansur. Mansur, this one is ism maf'ul, which is derived from what, from nasron, nasron. So the source of this mushtaq, the source of the mansur, which is mushtaq, derived, so it's derived from what, from nasron. We have mal'ab. Mal'ab means a playing ground, a playing ground. So this one is also one of the mushtaqat. You can see we have seen three mushtaqat now. We have seen ism fa'il, we have seen ism maf'ul, we have seen ism makan, that is ism zarf. So this mal'ab is it means a playing ground, which is gotten from what? Is gotten from the source word, which is la'iban, al-la'ib, play. So where we play is called mal'ab. So this word is gotten from la'iban, la'iban. So these are what the examples of al mushtaq, the derived word, the derived word, the derived name, precisely the derived uh, name or noun. So let's see the last one, which is al jamid. Al jamid huwa al-ismu alladhi lam yukhaz min ghayrihi. Are you following? Are you seeing the differences? So huwa al-ismu, you can, the only difference here is what is this lam, which means what? Al-Jamid is the name that is not gotten from another word. You know, Al-Mushtaq is gotten from another word. Al-Mushtaq, this is gotten from another word, which is what? Which is Masdar. Eh? Then Al-Jamid is not gotten from another word. Is on its own. It's not gotten from another word. Neither can we get another word from it. It's on its own. It's just existing on its own. So it's not part of the name you can say you want to change, you want to do the tasrif of. So let's see the example. We have rajulun Rajulun. Rajulun is a noun, is a name. But the kind of name Rajulun is what is jaamid. Ismun jaamid is a jaamid name. Are you getting? So you cannot get uh Rajulun is not gotten from any other word. Like say Rajulun is from Rajlan or something. No. Rajulun is on its own. It's not gotten from other word by conjugating a word from one place, from one position to another, from another position to another again. Are you getting? So it's just on its own. If you want to conjugate Rajulun now, you have to. The only way you can conjugate Rajulun is by changing it to Mufrad, Musanna, Jamu, Ismu Tasgir, and Nisba. So you cannot conjugate it like from Madi, Mudori, Mosdar to find Maful. No. Why? Because it's what is not gotten. Lam has been query is not gotten from another word. It's not gotten from the source word, which is what? Which is Masdar. And you cannot get another word from it. So that is one example. We have another one which is Shamsun. Shamsun means sun, right? Right? Sun. So the sun. So Shamsun is not gotten from another word. You could just see it existing. Like Shamsun means sun. That is what. That is how we see it. So the last one here we have Ardun. Ardun. Uh the land. The land or the earth. So the head. So that is that Ardun is also not gotten from another word. It's not gotten from another word. So what we said here is that Masdar is what is the aslu of the mushtaqat, the source of all the words of the derivatives, and mushtaq is the word that is gotten from another word, such as Masdar, and al jamid is the word that is not gotten from any other word. So let's see this. We have al masdar, which we said which we said is the source word through which other derived words are gotten. So one of the derived word that is one of the categories of the derived word that are gotten from masdar is the af'al. Al af'al are gotten from masdar. So we have al madi, al af'al al madiya, the past tense. The past tense are gotten from masdar. Like I said, what I said ilman the other time. I said ilman as the what as the masdar. So it's from this ilman knowledge. Before you can see a know, like before you can relate something to a past tense or present or future tense, you must have gotten that thing itself. That is why you must have gotten knowledge before you can able to get what the past tense of what knowledge, like he knew. So this is the source word through which we get the verb of madi, alima, alima. This is the what? This is the madi. We have mudori also. The mudori, this, which is what? Which is ya'lamu, ya'lamu. And we have the what? The amur, which is what? I'lam. That's the amur, i'lam. And we have the nahayu, which is what? Which is la ta'lam. La ta'lam. So that is the nahayu. I think you can. Are you following? All these words now, all these verbs now, they are derivatives. They are derivatives, but in morphology, they are not tagged al mushtaqat. They are not what? They are not tagged the name al mushtaqat. They are not tagged al mushtaqat, but in a real sense, they are derivatives. They are also gotten from what? From al masdar. They are derived from what? From masdar, but they are not tagged al mushtaqat. We have another one that is tagged al mushtaqat, which is what? Al ismul mushtaq, the derived name. So here now, when you see anybody mentioning al mushtaqat, the derived, you should know is this word, these names, they are what they are referring to. They don't tag they don't tag verbs. They don't tag af'al al mushtaqat. They only tag al asma, names, as what? Al mushtaqat. So we'll move on, and we'll move on further now. When we are doing all these al mushtaqat, we are definitely, when we are defining them now, obviously we'll be like, we'll be defining them like ismun mushtaqun is a name that is derived, mean something something something. So that is how we'll be defining it later. But for you, for this level, for now, just know that there's something we call what? Al-ismu al-mushtaqat. Al-ismu al-mushtaq rather. Al-ismu al-mushtaq. The derived name. The derived name. So, I said earlier that all verbs are also derived from masdar, but they are not tagged as what? The derived verb. They are only tagged as verb ordinarily. But you should know that they are also what? Derived from masdar. So I'm saying this for you to know that when they mention al mushtaqat, you are not meant to mention al af'al as al mushtaqat. You have to mention al asma, which I will list now. The first one we have ismul fa'il. We have ismul fa'il. We are still going to look at that. In this level we are looking at ismul fa'il. We have ism maf'ul. Inshallah, in this level we are looking at ism maf'ul. So they are all these things I'm mentioning now, they are mushtaqat. They are the derived. They are all gotten from what? From al masdar. That is why the arrow is pointing at it. Like we got the right hand side from what? From the masdar, and we got the left hand side, the af'al here also from masdar. But only this one is tagged as what? As al mushtaqat. Al ismu al mushtaq, which are what? Ismul fa'il, ism maf'ul. So we are looking at these two in level 3, inshallah, this level, inshallah. So also we have ismul ala. This one we are looking at it in the level 4. In level 4, we also have ismul zorf. We are looking at this in level 4. We have ismul tafdil in level 4 also. And lastly, we have as-sifatul mushabbaha. But as-sifatul mushabbaha, we are looking at it in this level, inshallah. So that means you are looking at part of al asma part of asma al mushtaqat, al asma al mushtaqqa. We are looking at part of it in what? In this level, which is what? Ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul, and sifatul mushabbaha. I hope you get that. So masdar, we can get verb from masdar, we can get names from masdar. These are the derivatives of what? Of masdar. These are the derived of masdar, but only this one is tagged al mushtaq. Only this one of ismu is tagged al mushtaq. So I want you to know that. So you should ask yourself a question: that where is jaamid? Where is what? Where is jaamid? The name that is not gotten from another name. Jaamid is not categorized under any of this. It's on its own. Al jaamid is on its own. And why is it on its own? It's on its own because it's not gotten from another word, and another word is not gotten from it. So it's on its own. Omamopo. So that is jaamid for you. That's jaamid for you. I hope you understand these terms. So just try to assimilate this, study this lesson, because we are moving on gradually. So in the next lesson, we are looking at al masdar, and this al masdar is a topic of that is going to consume nothing less than 3 weeks, nothing less than 3. This masdar alone, is going to consume nothing less than 3 weeks. That's why you should know. I have to mention these terms before venturing into it. But inshallah, we are looking at mosdar next week, inshallah. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.